We'll start today in a comfortable seat. Be sure to pull the flesh away from the sit bones so that you're starting with a nice, stable foundation. Start to draw the navel in towards the spine. Allow the crown of the head to reach towards the sky, and then bring those shoulder blades together and down the back, and place the hands on the thighs, palms up, and close your eyes. Just start to become aware of your breath, and allow that breath to flow in through the nose and out through the nose. Just moving the awareness inward, becoming aware of this moment. Letting go of your morning, not worrying about things that are happening later today. And just allow yourself to be here. Start to bring the breath into balance by making the inhale the same length as the exhale. So if you inhale for a count of 4, you would exhale for a count of 4. If your inhale was for a count of 6, your exhale would be for a count of 6, and so on. With each inhale, allow the spine to grow tall. And then as you exhale, just begin to relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. So yesterday, Tropical Storm Isaias passed through, and we talked about finding calm in the midst of a storm, and today is gorgeous, which is typically what happens after a hurricane or tropical storm passes through. So today is the calm after the storm, and we sort of assess the damage. We check in on our neighbors, our friends, make sure everyone fared well. We just lost one hibiscus, but we think it can be saved. And we count our blessings. Let's bring our hands together at the heart in Anjali Mudra, prayer position, prayer pose. Let the thumbs just gently press against the chest and let your elbows relax. Let's breathe together 3 times. And on the 3rd exhale, we'll share the sound of Om. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale and exhale. And for the 3rd time for each other, inhale. Bow your head. Oops. Place the hands on the thighs. Softly open your eyes, looking forward. Bring your arms by your sides, and as you inhale, they come up overhead. And as you exhale, arms come back down by your sides. You're moving with your breath at your own pace. So I encounter a lot of people with shoulder injuries. And if you had a shoulder injury, you may not be able to do this. So if that's the case, you would simply watch the breath. Or you could even do another dynamic movement. But we have to remember in yoga, we don't want to do poses that cause us pain. But we also want to remember that hard work, the feelings that you feel in your body when you're doing something challenging, it's different than pain. So we want to continue if it's just our muscles working hard, but if we feel pain from an old injury or something like that, then we definitely want to back off. The next time the arms are up overhead, allow the palms to come together to touch. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Place the hands on the knees. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, you'll round the spine towards the space behind you. As you inhale, the belly comes forward. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, belly comes forward. Continue moving with your breath here. Come back to a neutral neck, neutral spine. Take the right hand by your side. Press down through those sit bones. As you inhale, let the spine grow tall. The left fingertips reach towards the sky. On the exhale, begin to tip to the right. You can walk those right fingertips out or even bend that right elbow to feel the stretch in the left side of the body. Slowly bring yourself back up. Place the left hand by your side. Press down through the sit bones. As you inhale, grow tall. The right fingertips reach towards the sky. Exhale, tip to your left. Slowly bring yourself back up. Place the right hand behind the right hip. Left hand comes to the top of that right knee. Keep a nice tall spine here. Press down through your sit bones. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, you're going to twist to the right. The twist starts in the belly, and you're going to lead with those left ribs. Then the twist moves up to the ribs, the chest, the shoulders. Last thing to turn is the head. Press down through your sit bones. As you inhale, grow tall. On the exhale, slowly come back to center, starting with the head, working your way back down to the belly. Take both hands to the outside of the left thigh and take a bow. Slowly bring yourself back up to seated. You'll take your left hand behind the left hip. Nice tall spine here. Right hand to the top of the left knee. Root down through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, you'll twist to the left, starting at the belly and leading with those right ribs. Root down through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. Slowly come back to center. Take both hands to the outside of the right leg. Take a bow. Slowly bring yourself back up. We will come to all fours, hands and knees, tabletop position. So when we're in this position, we want those knees just hip width apart, slightly behind the hips. Hands are shoulder width apart. They are slightly forward of the shoulders. So a common complaint with especially newer yogis is wrist pain. So if I'm not being mindful, right now I'm just dumping all of my weight into my wrists. So what you want to do is spread the fingers nice and wide, and then press down through the fingers and the perimeter of the palm, almost as if you're making little suction cups with those hands. That'll help take the weight out of the wrists. Take a breath in. As you exhale, shift the hips to the heels, the chest to the thighs, coming to extended child's pose. On the inhale, come back up, all fours. Exhale, back to child's pose. Inhale, bring yourself back up, all fours, hands and knees. So here you'll just continue moving with your breath, in and out of child's pose. The next time you come to all fours, pause there. Take a breath in. As you exhale, begin to round the spine towards the sky. And as you inhale, the belly comes down and the bottom and the head look up towards the sky. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, belly draws down. Come back to a neutral neck, neutral spine, coming to all fours, hands and knees. We'll begin to move into downward facing dog. So to do that, curl the toes under. Start to shift the hips towards your heels. The knees lift as you press back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So in down dog, what we really want to look for is lengthen the spine. So to find that, bend both of your knees. Keep them bent. And then shift your hips to the back of the room where the wall meets the ceiling. And notice that you've created all of this length in your spine. Now, without shifting forward again, begin to lower the heels towards the mat. Even if they don't touch the mat, that's okay. So the heels are relaxing towards the mat. The chest is gravitating towards your thighs. The head is gravitating towards the mat. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Start to bend the knees, go back down into child's pose. And then as you inhale, come back up to all fours. And we'll do that again. Curl your toes under. Start to shift the hips towards the heels. Knees lift just a bit as you press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Make any adjustments that feel good to you here. Start to walk the feet forward, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. So when we're in this pose, it's perfectly fine to have a bend in the knee. If you have blocks, you could always put them under your hands to bring the floor closer to you. Relax the head and neck. Watch the breath. Bring the hands to your hips. Press down through the feet. Unhinge, coming up to standing. So we find ourselves in Tadasana, mountain pose. On the inhale, the arms sweep up. Exhale. Fold forward, hinging from those hips. Fingertips come down to the ground. Place your left hand on the ground beneath the face, and if your hand is up on a block, that's fine as well. Sweep that right arm to the sky, twisting at the belly. Breathe here. Lower the right hand, back down to the mat. Press down through those feet. Arms start to lift. Once the arms are in line with the ears, use the core, bring yourself all the way up. As you exhale, bring the arms by your sides and then behind you so that you can clasp the hands together. Draw the shoulder blades together and down the back. Navel draws in towards the spine. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, hinge from those hips. Fists raise up towards the sky. Relax the head and neck. Press down through the feet. Use the core, bring yourself all the way up. Arms sweep up overhead for a nice, subtle back bend. Come back up, and as you exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. From Uttanasana, step your right foot back. So we're coming into a low lunge position. Come up onto those fingertips to keep the weight out of the wrists. Lower the right knee to the ground. Uncurl the toes on the right foot. As you inhale, arms sweep up. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to fold forward here, placing the right hand on the mat, and then you'll begin to twist to the left at the belly, reaching the left arm to the sky. Lower the left hand to the outside of the left foot. Arms sweep up, hips shift forward. As you exhale, lower the hands, one on either side of the left foot. Curl the toes under on the right foot, and we will step back to downward facing dog. Start to walk the feet forward, coming back to your forward fold, Uttanasana. Place the hands on those hips. Press down through the feet and bring yourself up to standing. Tadasana, mountain pose. As you inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from those hips. Again, remember you can bend your knees here. Place the right hand beneath the face on the mat or on top of blocks, and you'll begin to twist to the left at the belly, reaching the left fingertips towards the sky. Remember to breathe. Lower the left hand back down to the mat. Press down through those feet. Arms start to lift. Once they're in line with the ears, use the core. Bring yourself all the way up. Exhale. Arms lower, and then bring the hands behind you, clasping them together. Shoulder blades together and down your back. Press down through those feet. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, hinge forward, fists to the sky. Press down through the feet. Use the core. Bring yourself back to Tadasana. Arms sweep up overhead for a nice, subtle back bend. Bring yourself back up. As you exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Relax the head and neck here. From Uttanasana, you're going to step that left foot back. Again, we're coming to that low lunge. The knee is up off of the ground, but you can always modify by lowering that knee. Come up onto the fingertip. And now you'll lower the left knee, uncurl the toes. Arms sweep up towards the sky for a crescent lunge. Begin to fold forward, placing that left hand on the mat. Begin to twist to the right at the belly. The right arm sweeps up towards the sky. Lower the right hand to the mat. As you inhale, arms sweep up. Lower the hands, one on either side of your right foot. Curl the toes under on the left foot. Step back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Sweep the right leg out behind you, and then you'll step that right foot forward between the hands. Another option is just to pick the foot up and move it. Here, we're going to root down through the sole of the left foot. Left toes point out slightly. As you inhale, arms sweep up for Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So you're pulling that right hip back, left hip forward. The right knee is not going out past the right ankle. Root down through the outer edge of that back foot. So we're going to open up to a 5-pointed star. So you're going to turn your feet parallel to each other as you bring those arms out like a T. Navel draws in. As you inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from those hips. Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Place the hands on the hips. Press down through the feet and bring yourself up again to a wide-legged stance. So here we'll come up on the heel of that left foot, toes turn in slightly. Come up on the heel of the right foot, toes turn out 90 degrees. Navel draws in, arms parallel to the mat. Gaze out over the right fingertips. Take a breath in. As you exhale, let the right knee bend. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So in any of these poses where the arms are up, a more gentle option is to place the hands on the hips. So you can choose that if that's better for you. From here, we'll cartwheel the hands down, one on either side of the right foot. Come up on the ball of the left foot and step back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. From downward facing dog, sweep that left leg out behind you. Step the left foot forward between the hands. Root down through the sole of that right foot. As you inhale, arms sweep up. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. So again, you're gently pulling the left hip back, right hip forward. Root down through the outer edge of the back foot. Watch the breath. And here we're going to open up to our 5-pointed star, but I'm going to turn around so that my back's not to you. So here the feet are parallel to each other. Arms are strong and active. As you inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Relax the head and neck here. Prasarita Padottanasana. Bring the hands to the hips. Press down through the feet and come up to a wide-legged stance. Come up on the heel of that right foot. Turn the toes in slightly. Come up on the heel of that left foot. Toes turn out. Sorry, Dolly. Oh boy, 90 degrees. Poppy might have just gotten stung by a bee, I'm not sure. Arms parallel to the mat. Gaze out over those left fingertips. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, let that left knee bend. Nice, strong arms or hands are on your hips. Oh. You okay, little girl? Poppy and I got attacked by a yellow jacket nest one summer, so I think she's having a little bit of a flashback or something. So from here, we're going to cartwheel our hands down, one on either side of the left foot. Step back. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. From here, begin to bend those knees. Go back down into child's pose and rest. So you can lower the elbows to the mat. You could cross the forearms in front of you, use them as a pillow. Bring the arms back by your legs, whatever feels restful, even if it doesn't look like any of those I've just showed you. Now is a time to come back to the breath, back to the present moment. So I like to have my yoga practice mimic my everyday life and vice versa. And I usually do rest every day, midday. I don't typically nap, but I rest. And so I like to incorporate that into my yoga classes as well. A time to just come back to the present, reset, come back to the breath. From child's pose, bring yourself back up to all fours, hands and knees. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, round the spine towards the sky. As you inhale, belly draws down, bottom of the head, look up towards the sky. Draw the navel to the spine as you round. Continue moving with your breath. Come back to a neutral neck, neutral spine, and now we'll come to lay on our bellies. So you can just lay down comfortably on your belly, cross the forearms in front of you, rest the forehead, bend the knees, and just let the legs sway from side to side. Let the legs become still and begin to rotate the ankles. Reverse the direction of your ankle rotation. Let the ankles become still. Lower the legs to the ground. Bring your arms by your sides. The palms face the sky. On the inhale, the head, chest, and arms simultaneously lift up off of the mat. Fingertips reach towards the feet. As you exhale, lower. Inhale, head, chest, arms lift. Exhale, lower. 3 more on your own. When you finish, you can just come down, cross those forearms in front of you, and rest the forehead. Come back to that balanced breath if it's gotten away from you. Bring the arms back by your sides, palms face the sky. As you inhale, head, chest, arms, and legs simultaneously lift up off of the mat. As you exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. If you're looking for more of a challenge, you can zip those legs together. When you finish, you can just come down, cross the forearms in front of you, and rest the forehead. Roll over onto your back and hug the knees into the chest. Once you get there, you can feel free to rock gently from side to side, giving yourself a little back massage. Lower the soles of the feet to the mat. Bring your arms by your sides, the palms face the floor. As you inhale, draw your pelvic floor up, navel in. Engage those glutes and lift the hips. As you exhale, lower the hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So when you come up, we don't want those knees to jut out past the ankles. And we also don't want the knees to V out here. So if you have a yoga block, you can always place it between the knees and just hug it to help train the legs to not wing out. The next time you lower the hips, you can pause there. Bring the arms out like a T, palms face the sky. Draw the knees into the chest. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, twist to the left. So you're tipping your legs over to the left. Left leg comes to the ground, right leg rests on top of it. Ideally, both shoulders are rooted to the mat. If the right shoulder is kind of hanging in space, just bend your right elbow and place the hand on the rib cage to protect the shoulder. Slowly draw the knees back to the chest, and on the next exhale, you'll begin to twist to the right. So you're tipping the legs over to the right. Right leg comes to the mat, left leg rests on top of it. Slowly draw those knees back to the chest. Press the soles of the feet up towards the sky. So here, you're going to create an outer rotation of the thighs. So your heels will touch and the toes turn out slightly. Bring those legs out like a V. Flex the feet and draw those legs together. Point the toes. Bring the legs out like a V. Flex the feet. Draw the heels together. So we point, legs come like a V. Flex the feet, draw those heels together. Point, out like a V, flex, draw together. 4 more on your own. When you finish, you can hug those knees back into the chest. Rock side to side. Become still. Place the right hand on the right knee, left hand on the left knee. As you inhale, the knees pull away from the chest. As you exhale, draw those knees back in. Inhale, knees pull away. Exhale, hug the knees to the chest. Continue moving with the breath. In and out of Apanasana. Become still. Lower the soles of the feet to the mat and take the feet as wide as your mat. You can just rest the hands on the belly and let the knees sway from side to side. The next time the soles of the feet are flat on the mat, pause there. Then you're going to bring the soles of the feet together as those knees open up out to the sides. Take your index fingers and link them together. Bring those arms up overhead for a figure 8. We're going to begin to transition into Shavasana, which is the last pose of our class. Traditionally, Shavasana is done laying on your back with the legs extended out nice and long. arms are by your sides and they're a few inches away from the body. The feet just flop open. Now, laying on the back is not comfortable for everyone, so you can feel free to modify this pose to make it comfortable for you. Shavasana is a time for us to truly relax and to absorb our practice. So take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, just let it all go. Let the feet flop open. Relax the jaw. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. Let the natural breath take over. Resist the urge to make subtle movements. Rest in Shavasana. slowly start to deepen your breath, becoming aware of the space around you and becoming aware of your body. Start to make subtle movements that feel good, like wiggling those fingers and toes. You can rotate through the wrists and the ankles, turn that head gently from side to side. Stretch through the arms and the legs like you're just waking up, and then roll to the right side in the fetal position, and we'll stay there for a few breaths. Keeping the eyes closed if you'd like. You can use the arms to bring yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. Once you get there, bring the hands together at the heart in Anjali Mudra. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today in the calm after the storm. So as a reminder, check in with your friends and your family, make sure everyone else is okay. See if anybody might need a little help. And if you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering. May you have ease and well-being. Namaste. Thank you.